בעזרת השם. We are פרק ט"ו, פסוק ל"ב. פורע מוסר, מואס נפשו. Whoever פורע can mean exchange. In this case, it means rejects, trades the musar for anything else. מואס נפשו, yes, discuss, hates himself, discusses his nefesh, his soul. ושומע תוכחת, and whoever listens to reproof, קונה לב, gains lev, gains a heart. Lev is the bina. The Gaon says the following. The definition of musar, which we have discussed and addressed many times, is in order to discipline yourself and do the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is the definition of musar. Yes, is to discipline yourself in order to align your actions with the will of God. The benefit that Chachamim tell us we gain from such hardship and difficulty to discipline ourselves and align ourselves with Hashem's will, which is the Torah Kedusha, is that Batel retzoncha mipnei retzono, right? This is what you do. Cancel your desires and your will to align yourself with the will of Hashem. כדי שיבטל רצון אחרים מפני רצונך. So that him also, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, will annul the will of others and will prevail your will and will favor your will. So Chachamim tell us that when you learn Musar and you apply that Musar, that discipline, and you align yourself with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then your will is being valued by Hashem and also realized. So in essence, the closer you are to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to do the will of Hashem, and the more your will comes to reality. The more Hashem makes sure that your will comes true. The will, the musar, yes, as we know it, is not just theoretical. It's b'maaseh, it's actions, ubeguf, and physical. Right? So the musar, the musar as we know it, is to sit and learn words of חיזוק. חובת הלבבות, מסילת ישרים, אורחות צדיקים. But that's only step one of Musar. The definition of Musar is to apply techniques that will help you align yourself with Hashem's will. So it's very practical, tangible, and applicable. If you learn Musar, and when you close your book, you cannot turn it into practical actions, you did not learn Musar. Because the definition of Musar is discipline, is something that you can apply right away and change and help change yourself. tochacha, be reproof, bidibur, right? It's words. So one is practical, and the other one is with words. Musar is a surmera, is so that by aligning yourself with with Hashem's will, you go away from the bad. Yes. So the musar helps you go away from the bad in order to align yourself with Hashem. The tochacha, yes, the reproof is the knowledge so that you know where to go. That's the asetov, kivyachol. Even though it's bedibur, it's the compass, it's the ways. Good. So reproof tells you where to go. Musar tells you how to behave and go away from the bad in order to align yourself with the good. So says Shlomo HaMelech, Porea Musar, somebody that rejects the Musar, that trades Musar for his own benefit and his own desires. Mo'eth nafsho, he hates himself. Why? Because by not doing Musar, he doesn't align himself with Hashem. If he doesn't align himself with Hashem, he cannot trigger that Hashem will now make his will a reality. So who is being punished for not doing Musar? Himself, right? So if you love yourself and you want your desires, your will to come to reality and your wishes to come true, you need to do Musar. You need to align yourself with Hashem. And if you don't, then you don't love yourself, and you don't you don't want your wishes to come true. Now, the closer you are to the will of Hashem, and the more accurate Hashem makes your will a reality, the further you are from the constant, from the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the further you are from your wish, the less accurate it is. So essentially, by applying Musar, you ensure to be satisfied by seeing your wishes come through in your life. So again, Shlomo HaMelech is revealing to us a very big segula. Yes, somebody tells you, "Oh, I want this, or I want that. I need this, or I need that." Do you have a segula? Musar. Learn Musar. Apply Musar. And the more you apply Musar, and the more that wish will come true. Andy's going to ask me a question, but how do we know that what you want is good? Maybe what you want is not good. Yes? So how do you conceal? When you learn Musar, the Musar and your reorientation of your trajectory opens your heart and your mind to the Emet, and makes you understand now that maybe what you wanted before you started Musar is really not good. Yes? So, but what you will want at that moment, after you've done the Musar, will happen. And if it doesn't happen still, yes, if it doesn't happen, then with the Musar, you have enough clarity and bitachon in Hashem to know that that's the best for you. But most of the desires that are aligned L'Shem Shamayim, and the wishes are L'Shem Shamayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu make happen. So if you don't work on that, then you hate yourself. ושומע תוכחת קונה לב, whoever listens to the tochachot, listens to the guidance, yes? So now he has more clarity on what to do on the asetov. Kone lev, he gains clarity. He gains a heart. He gains motivation. The heart, Rahmana libabai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants the heart. Meaning what? Meaning what? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yes, sees what you have in your heart. And what is the definition of the heart? It's your motivation, your engagement, your dedication. So when you listen to Tochacha, when you have clarity on the path you need to take, you are now more motivated and more dedicated to that path than you would be with less clarity. That's pretty straightforward. So the Musar brings you closer to your wishes, and the Tochacha gives you clarity that sparks interest and motivation to go ahead and grow in your journey. Good?
Rabbi, I feel this concept is beautiful, but doesn't it opens up this basic questions that we addressed last week again, which is like what? So a Talmid Chacham has an issue going on in his life. He knows how to channel that L'Shem Shamayim, and if he doesn't get it, then what?
Then he knows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want that for him. That's what we learn. That's the ABC of Emunah and Bitachon.
Right. Yeah, I mean yeah, but
What?
then you're lo aleinu. I mean, you can apply this to like, but there's things that tragedies that Talmidei Chachamim see and suffer from, and
Nachon, nachon.
but it's not their will. Their will would never be for them to experience a sickness or an illness, lo aleinu, in a family, something difficult like
But
that.
that's the Gzerat Shel HaMelech. But they know how to embrace the challenge. Nachon, that's not their will. But when you look Chorot HaLevavot, yes, Shara
Yeah,
Bitachon, or Kol Musar, yes, you
yeah.
learn that there are gezerot, yes, that are coming on a person to mold the person, okay, and orient the person. And you have other gezerot that have a much deeper meaning, that are for the best of the person in a more global and more general aspect, which transcend the limits of time and space that the person is in this world. It's a tikkun that is much greater than just fixing actions in this world, and that's part of the emunah. You can,
I know, but that's not his will.
but
That's
it's not
that's
really,
the
but it
but he has
doesn't
then he has to.
matter. That's not the point.
Mm,
That's that's not the point. You're missing the point here. The point is not that doesn't mean Shlomo doesn't say that everything you want will happen. Hashem will make your will. Now, your will, He will make whatever your will can be realized without, yes, uh, interfering with the bigger tikkun that needs to happen, will happen. Will happen. The Chazon Ish never had kids. You have Gedolim that never had kids. The Rebbe Menumavich never had kids. Yes? Didn't he want to have kids? His wife didn't want to have kids. But they wanted to have kids. And I'm sure it was terrible. It was very, very difficult. Yeah. We said about the Chazon Ish that his wife also was extremely difficult. Yes? And she had the difficult time because she couldn't bring children. And the Chazon Ish could have very well get divorced and marry someone else and have kids. But because he was scared for her mental health, he said, if I let go, I don't know what's going to happen to her. So let me suffer, let me, that's what he said. And then he sacrificed his ability to have kids, yes, because there was pikuach nefesh at home. He lived with understanding that there's a greater purpose than just what he wishes. And that is what the Musar enlightens you with. The, the clarity that not everything we want is for our best. Therefore, we believe that whatever we want and that realizes itself is the Birkat Hashem, and whatever doesn't, yes, then we fully accept that HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows best. Huh?
I understand, but it seems then that we that in that situation that you gave of the example of the Khatam Sofer, right, of Lubavitch Rebbe, they're
The Chazon
accepting
Ish.
the Chazon, sorry, that they're accepting that will of Hashem, not that their will becomes. It
But
feels like
the will of the Chazon Ish also happened because when the Chazon Ish used to bless, yes, his desire happened. He would give a bracha to people, and it would happen. So his wish came true, but not everywhere, not everything. Nobody says that. Nothing's even Moshe Rabbeinu with Vayit Hanan. He wished he would go to Israel. כן? רב לך, הקדוש ברוך הוא אומר, עד כאן שבת קודש.
right.
It's not a bulletproof formula. Yes?
Is
And
is it like kids with their parents? They think they want the best, and we know it's not the best for them. Maybe they don't understand, but we know, or we think we know.
Yes. 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 ודאי that הקדוש ברוך הוא definitely behaves like that with us. Okay? Are you going to tell me, so how do we know? How do we know?
We don't know.
We don't know, but we know to a certain extent. Because when you see Talmidei Chachamim, you see Tzaddikim, yes, and they desire certain things, and boom, things happen, yes, but not everything, but things happen. They happen for a good reason. They happen because they wish it, and we believe that. Shlomo Melech tells us, when you see a tzaddik gozer והקדוש ברוך הוא מקיים, תאמין שזה ככה. It's not just a random thing, or it's not just happen. It didn't just happen. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't just meant to be.
Yes. But you said in Kinyana that we sometimes we are like disgrateful because we don't thank breathing, we don't thank we have a bed, we don't thank lots of things. So sometimes we will things and we forget about all we have. So lots of things are being given to us and we are not thankful. So maybe we are asking too much.
Yes,
If we
but
will be thankful for everything, but
it's
we
not.
will be smiling all day.
Okay, no, yes, but I gave you an answer to that. If you don't show dependence and you don't ask and you don't grow, yes, then you show the opposite. You show independence. The fact that you're not grateful for the simple things doesn't mean you have you have wishes for other things. Yes, a bad doesn't make a right. Yes, you have to work on appreciating the little things. Vadai, that's what the da'at gets you to appreciate and recognize everything and appreciate everything. But it's not because you do that you're not going to do the bigger things.
Rabbi,
Okay?
you said it earlier. I think this concept revolves primarily around emunah and bitachon.
Nachon.
You need to understand, the person needs to understand and believe first that this was destined for him or not. He could have as much musar and tochacha, but if he doesn't understand, but if he doesn't believe,
Well, the Musar is based on emunah. It's based on bitachon. That's what it. That's what it more. That's what
Right.
it gives a person.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
person
Musar
needs
is
to work
about.
on that first. You need to work on your emunah and bitachon first before
The
accepting any
Musar,
musal.
no, the Musar automatically impacts your emunah and impacts your bitachon. Because what is Musar? Is aligning yourself with the will of Hashem by going further from what is not, what Hashem doesn't want. So the closer you get to Hashem, the more clarity you have about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is emunah and bitachon. Okay? No?
Yes and no. Would everybody be okay if I asked if we went over it again? Over the pasuk again? Just to
Sure.
understand without the depth, just understand the high level what Shlomo Melech is saying. And
Porea
try to put
Musar,
everything together.
whoever trades Musar for something else, meaning disregards Musar, discipline, Mo'es nafsho, hates himself. V'shomea tochacha, whoever listens to tochacha, listens to reproof, konelev, gains a heart, gains clarity, develops motivation. That's what the pasuk says. Yes?
Is it wrong? Is it wrong to say the statement that anyone who's not people who are not strengthening their musal is a recipe for everything that they're building to have no foundation? Or is it too extreme?
There is truth to what you say, but it's a little bit too general. It's too broad for me, that statement. I would be careful with such a statement.
Okay.
Again, the Gaon is very clear. If you do Musar, you do Ratzon Hashem. You do Ratzon Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes sure that your Ratzon, yes, prevails over anybody else's Ratzon. It's very clear. It's a mathematic formula. You listen to Tochacha, you have clarity. You have clarity, you have motivation to move on and move forward.
Say that last part again. If you have clarity, you have motivation to move on.
Yeah.
That could be that's probably a beautiful bridge. You're saying that the Musal gives you the clarity, and what you
No, Tochacha gives you clarity.
yeah, but then you have to implement it through the Musal, no?
That's correct. But that Tochacha is Tochacha and Musar is Musar. Musar is the application, is the Sumera. Tochacha is the Asetov. Musar tells you how to go away from the bad things, and Tochacha tells you where to go.
Can you say that line one more time? I want to write that down.
Musar helps you move away from the bad, and Tochacha tells you where to go. The good direction. Points you in the right direction.
Beautiful. Thank you.
We're good?
Yeah, it was a very deep pasuk for me, so I'm sorry for the
No,
hold up.
no. Yes, Andy.
I have an idea later.
אוקיי. אוקיי. פסוק ל"ג. יראת השם, fear of Hashem, מוסר חוכמה. is מוסר and is חוכמה. ולפני כבוד, and before the כבוד, ענווה is humility. Before the כבוד comes humility. Says the Gaon, what does it mean יראת השם, חוכמה, מוסר חוכמה? That when you have יראת השם, this יראת השם brings you to musar and brings you to חוכמה. How does that work? So he explains. The יראה that we're talking about here, יראת השם is יראת חטא. יראת העונש. The fear of being punished by Hashem. The fear of being punished brings to chokhmah. Why? Because somebody that's scared to fail will learn to make sure he doesn't fail because he's scared of failure. So he's going to do a lot to learn and make sure that he has enough knowledge and understanding so that he doesn't fail. So what motivates him to learn his fear of failure? Now, the more chokhmah you have, the more yirat haromemut you have, the more chokhmah you have, and the more you have fear of awe of Hashem, because you're more knowledgeable, so you understand more. You see the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu more, clearer. So now you develop fear of awe of Hashem. So he says, this is Yirat Hashem Musar, Hanava. That Yirat Hashem, which is the Yirat HaOnesh, leads to Musar or leads to Chokhmah. So again, the fear of the fear of failure keeps you on your toes. That's the Musa, which leads you also to Chokhmah because you want to do the right thing. You want to move forward. The two, says the Gaon, yields Yirat HaRomemut, fear of awe of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is nothing other but the expression of a soul of someone that is close to God. Fear of awe of Hashem is the expression of the proximity of Hashem, of one's proximity of Hashem. Velifnei kavod anava, and when you have this proximity to Hashem, when you're very close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you see clearly Hashem, what does that trigger automatically? Rabbi Meir, who studies Pirkei Kinyan HaDa'at, yes, when you have clarity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you're close to Hashem, and you see Hashem everywhere, what does that automatically bring to a person?
That.
No, that's the da'at. But how does it translate itself in a behavior?
Good
Anava.
decisions. He's in control
Anava.
of it.
Right?
Yeah, because he's in control. He's aligned emotions and sechel.
The closer you are to Hashem, and the more you realize that how dependent you are and how insignificant you are, and the more you have anava. We learned that from Moshe Rabbeinu. Yes? Now listen. Lifnei kavod, anava. Before kavod comes anava. What is the gematria of kavod? 32, right? Yes or no? Chaf 20, Bet 2, that's 22, Vav 6, that's 28, Dalet 4, 32. 32 is a Lev. Lev are the 32 Netivot HaChochmah. The 32 ways, path of Chochmah.
Like Lev.
Lev Netivot HaChochmah. We know that 32, yes, pipes of Chochmah that connects the Chochmah and the Binah. So these 32 pipes of Chokhmah, right? These 32 pipes of Chokhmah, they are the Chokhmah that connects from the Chokhmah Ila'ah down. Okay? So says Shlomo HaMelech, before the Chokhmah Ila'ah, yes, comes the Anava. Before Chokhmah comes Anava.
Wow.
And you know why? You know why לפני כבוד comes ענווה, לפני חוכמה comes ענווה? Because יראת השם מושא חוכמה. Because the יראת השם, the יראת הרוממות that you gain, yes, through the מוסר and through the יראת העונש, this יראה brings you to the ענווה. And only then can you connect to the lev netivot HaChochmah, to the highest levels of Chochmah. Yes? Now we have a problem. So what comes first, the egg or the chicken? The beginning of the pasuk says, Yirat Hashem Musa Chochmah. The Yirah brings you to Chochmah. Yes? But then we say, if you want Chochmah, you need Anava. And Anava you get through Yirah.
And to get ira, you need chokhmah.
Exactly. So what comes first? The Chochmah comes first or the Yirah comes first?
Chokhmah. If not, you don't have chokhmah, you cannot think about fear.
What is the answer? We're
Everything
talking
comes
about different
together.
Yirat. What?
Everything comes together.
No, it's two different Yirah. Yirat Onesh brings you to Chochmah. And Chochmah brings you to Yirat HaRomemut, which is the Anava. So the Chochmah is the bridge between the fear of punishment and fear of awesomeness of Hashem.
Say that again, please. Chokhmah is the bridge.
Chochmah is the bridge between the fear of punishment that comes before the Chochmah and the fear of awesomeness of Hashem that comes after the Chochmah. But the fear of awesomeness of Hashem doesn't stop there. Because when you're in awe of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're back to becoming very little and being very, very scared of doing of punishment, of doing the wrong things. You understand? So you're back into it's a circle that connects the two, and the Chokhmah sits in the middle. Yes?
So Chokhmah comes first.
No, the fear of sin comes first. The fear of sin allows you to gain wisdom. Once you have wisdom, you are in awe of Hashem. That awe of Hashem is translated into anava, into humility. That humility makes you even fear Hashem even more. Okay, and do even and be even more careful of doing avera and doing a sin, and that brings you even more chokhmah, and that chokhmah brings you closer to Hashem again.
But how do you get Irat Hashem if you don't have Chokhmah?
Yarat
You're not
ha'onesh.
aware
It starts
being...
because of the instinct of being punished. Even a child has an instinct of being scared of being punished. So you start from the basic animalistic instinct of survival, of being punished, of being hurt, and that's how you trigger the musar and the chokhmah. So it starts from the most basic and fundamental part of the nefesh ha'adam. Rises the person all the way to the da'atot, to the neshama, and now that the neshama comes back down and fuels the nefesh in its purest and most basic form, and now the nefesh is infused with the neshama and kicks again forward and builds again forward. So now the neshama becomes nefesh and the nefesh becomes neshama.
like an animalistic instinct that they see fire and they don't want to touch.
Correct. Yes?
I have
Good.
another shiur idea.
One second, before the shiur ideas. Are we good with that pasuk? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. But before this.
I need to draw it. I want to draw it out for myself. So
שלא נעמוד על הפרק, אל תעמוד על הפרק. Let's just read the first pasuk of פרק ט"ז. לאדם מער חלב ומהשם מענה לשום. It's a very beautiful song that everybody sings, that we say that pasuk on Rosh Hashanah. And we're gonna give it its right kavod, and Bezrat Hashem we're gonna learn it next year. So we just finished Perek Tet Vav, and we just read Pasuk Aleph. We need to dive into it more. Bezrat Hashem.